Alright everyone, we're back for another day here with Taco Stacks. It's a chilly, cold morning. Sun looks amazing right now. Starting off the day with, I don't know if this is air fryer. Yeah, they must like their Hot Pockets. I don't know what kind of thing this is. It's made to cook your Hot Pockets. Microwave oven. I want to hold it by the handle, which I'm doing, but that is usually the worst thing you can ever do when picking up things, whether it be at an auction, flea market, the trash. Not every handle is a handle, and made to support the whole thing. Definitely don't do it at an auction or a flea market, like with a vase or a planter. Always hold everything from the bottom. But yeah, let's do some trash picking. It's a beautiful, nice fall morning right now. See if we find anything else. The sun is starting to come up over there. Let's make it a good one. Hanging out with Taco Stacks Day. Let's do it. Oh, you gotta love it. Look at this sign. These are the people who dropped off this stuff for me a long time ago. I don't know if they want their bin back. Scrap for Taco Stacks. Oh. Bin's broken. I don't think they want their bin back. But thank you. Do you remember what that is? Thank you. Appreciate it. Flashback to maybe March. Person actually walked in the backyard. This person was throwing away a lawnmower. Do you remember that? It's pouring. I mean, it was pouring out. This is probably empty. That's empty. It was right there in the driveway, and it said free on it. And the garbage men were like 4 houses up. And all she said it needed was a tune-up. And then I was like, well, is it actually a tune-up, or is it just like saying you need a tune-up? Because when you actually think about it, an actual tune-up is different than the phrase tune-up. So it turned out it actually didn't need anything. But it didn't need a, it was like one of those self-propelled mowers that didn't do really the self-propelled part. So you actually had to push it, which kind of sucked. Because those machines are actually supposed to be harder to push than a push mower that's not self-propelled. But long story short, it worked. For about 3 months, I realized I really didn't need it, and I went to go fire it up one day, and it didn't work. So, out the door it went. I'm glad my eyes are still somewhat decent, because I was just driving down this road, and I was like, those look like bed rails over there. You know, and I wasn't driving down this road, I was driving down the road over there. The only sad part is I drove through the entire road and then all the way back. I didn't find anything. I actually know that guy in the red hat over there. It's kind of funny. He actually gives me scrap metal. I think one year I took mums from the trash. Where's the planter? I don't think I ever... That one's shot. This one still has maybe a week left. I don't really need it. I'll take this other thing. This isn't really worth my time, but I'll take it. just saw that garbage truck, and there's probably 4 or 5 people looking at the garbage truck, so I don't know if something broke on it. House back there is for sale. I guess since I start my days so much later now, with the sun coming up later, I kind of miss everyone waiting for the school bus, because I haven't seen really many people out. Usually there's people at every corner, cars are lining up, double parked. It's a whole big deal. Thousand bins on the left that were hiding back there. A couple couches over here on the right. I think it's also time to retire these gloves. Usually I do throw them out, so I'm surprised that I still have them happen, but what happens is the thumb starts to break apart that leather pad like that, and then this one finger, it always happens, it's always the middle finger on the left, on the lower portion. Why did that happen? But yeah, it's, I can't tell you, I've probably gone through maybe 100 pairs of my YouTube career of wearing these gloves. I don't know if this is the back to a television. It's a lighted sign. What the heck is this? Yeah, it's supposed to be a sign. It's missing the front. It usually has a plastic piece here, and then you'd have fake neon, like this stuff is supposed to be neon. I think that's what it's supposed to be. You guys catching my vibes there? That would probably attach to the wall. You could probably turn it on with that switch. Probably a plastic sign. Who would even guess what the heck the sign would be for? That is not a shape I would know at all. You ever seen those those games where you kind of guess the logo based off of the backdrop or something? It was always kind of fun to play, and it's kind of sad how you kind of know stuff like a certain brand and all that. You got a futon, a piece of wood. Don't need either. Oh, okay.
Over the viaduct.
Alright, well.
Most of the houses over here.
Alright, man. Yes, I don't know the whole popping sound with what's going on underneath my van. I'm about 800 miles away from doing an oil change on it. So when I get to that point as well, I'll kind of take it in. I also did just see my friend Mark, which ironically enough, what I think is kind of crazy about that is he's the guy who I used to give, not sell, but kind of give everything. I used to say sell, but I used to just give it to him. Everything at the flea market that I didn't sell for the day, whatever he wanted, he would take, and then he would stay there for like another 2 or 3 more hours. I would take all the metal. There was metal stuff, but everything that kind of seemed sellable in his eyes, he would try selling. And so for the last 3 or 4 years, I kind of just gave it to him, whatever you want for free. Reduced the amount of bulk I had to carry home and then dispose of in whatever fashion I had to do that. Anyway, I just saw him. He was actually trash picking. He was walking around, and he had some oddball stuff. But I haven't seen him once this whole year. He has not sold at the flea market once. So I know the season's now pretty much over with. One more Leesport day most likely, and maybe even 2, but probably just 1. But it was kind of crazy to see him after not seeing him all year. So that's that. That tree looks very, very nice. Got some nice colors. If we go down that way, well, we'll say that for another trip. If we go down that way, there's a special monument that this town is kind of known for a celebrity. It's literally just right down the road. We could have went over there, but we'll save that for another day. I always call this place the elusive blow mold house because one of my earlier days, probably 2018 or so, Got a nice car battery charger here. There was maybe 10 or 15 blow molds in front of that white SUV. And the photo for it is just like so, I don't know. It always, for whatever reason, always appears in my feed is that video. So that photo is just very prevalent on my YouTube feed. Whatever reason it is, it is. All right. Also another elusive bed rails. I don't think that headboard, not a headboard, it's plastic. Look like it. Oh, never fails. Why is this thing doing this? Oh, this is a pain in the butt. What the heck? That was difficult. Or something that shouldn't have been difficult. Alright, so we're going to make a run over to the metal yard. I'm thinking these actually might be aluminum, but my magnet's actually back there. I gotta invest, well, I have a whole stack of magnets. I gotta remember to take one down. That is for certain. There's some aluminum there. I see some die cast in there. Scrap for taco stacks. Thank you again. I guess I'll probably just take this stuff out while I'm at the scrapyard, and any of the better stuff I'll just save rather than just make a mess now. But let's check if this is aluminum. It is. No stick. Stick. No stick. Alright, so that's a good couple bucks there. Yeah, get some money out of that one. And we're going to make a run over to the metal yard. Since I got all this dirty aluminum, I was going to bring over, well, you know what, I'll bring that over. This is actually a fan motor. Well, this is the motor for an air conditioner that came off the fan assembly. I've done a lot of air conditioners ripping them apart, and I never took off the motor because I feel like this isn't worth the time to do it. So we're going to see what I make. This is a bigger size motor off of one of these air conditioners. So this is probably the highest value motor we're going to find on any AC wall unit or window units. So at least we'll know. I know with my air conditioner taking apart video I did in 2020, I said I don't take the fans off, or I should say I don't take the motors off because it's not worth the extra hassle. You got to remove all the screws, but then there's also bolts that attach to the end of this that attach to a blade, and it becomes a really messy project and a very difficult project, time consuming to get this off. A Sawzall, essentially all you can do is cut off that one bolt there and cut off that bolt there, and this should fall out. But it seems like no one does that. So I did it the old-fashioned way and actually took it apart the way you're supposed to do it. So we're going to see what we get for this. If it's more than $1, well, I'm thinking it's going to be $1 to $2. But we'll see. I don't know if it's really worth the time for $2. That one doesn't work. That one's messed up. Play shopping cart roulette out here. So I brought a little bit of wire over, not really a lot, but going through so much wire, I kind of like starting off with a fresh plate. And this should all be dirty aluminum. So I'll put all these chairs in there. We'll see what we get for this motor. Like I said, if it's under $2, I don't think I'd ever take apart another one. Just keep it with the air conditioner and throw it all in a pile. I mentioned this is a bigger one also, so they're usually not that large and not that heavy, aka they're not worth that much. We'll see. So I got a receipt. Very nice. 23 bucks. So, dirty aluminum, those were the chairs. I got $4 for the chairs. The electric motor, which I've been kind of yapping about this whole video, at least the end of the video, total of 78 cents. So one motor weighed 3 pounds, you get 26 cents per pound, 78 cents. I think in the long term, we're never doing that again. Like I said, it probably took me about 5 minutes to take it apart. It was more about getting the right tools, then the screws were stripped, and I was like really trying to rip out the fan, which is all plastic, taking that off the motor. I think moving forward, unless it's going to be like two or three screws, I'm just not taking motors off of air conditioners ever again. It's too time consuming for what you get out of it. But yeah, wrap it up here. Thanks for tagging along for another trash picking episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe down below. I'll catch you guys next time for next episode here with Taco Stacks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace.